Hello, good afternoon, good evening. This is John Anthony. Aloha.
And this is my dad, and I'm his son.
That's true. Those are all true statements. This is School of Life, Volume 5. This is going to be a little bit different. You guys know me. I like to keep my videos lighthearted and share with you my fails. But as I raise two boys in this world we live in, it's upsetting. I wake up to news.
And John's sleeping.
Oh, and my boy over there is sleeping. Yes, my wife's over there. We are having another baby boy. We have a third on the way. So as we continue to grow our family, you know, the news that you know is just bombarding us today about a country in unrest, about, you know, looting and rioting all over the country, martial law being declared in some cities, supposedly, the National Guard being dispersed in some cities, verified, and the National Guard killing people during this madness, also verified. You know, it's really unfortunate. We have so much anger and so much hostility. It's okay. So much anger and hostility in the world, you know, that any type of brutality, people on people, human on human, cop on cop. But, you know, with what's happening right now, we have really good reason. If you haven't watched that George Floyd video, I encourage you to do so. It's really graphic. And if you haven't watched it, and if you don't want to watch it, the worst parts of the video, I think there's a lot of worst parts. The worst part, of course, is knowing the outcome in the finale. But one of the most troubling parts is that after this free man that hadn't been convicted of any crimes, hadn't even been formally accused of any crimes in court, this free man was tossed into a cop car. He was arrested. Okay, no big deal there. But then he was thrown out of the car after he was already in, which is a big deal. And eventually, you know, we all know what happened at the end. You know, the brutality led to this gentleman no longer being here. He's not going to get his day in court. He won't get his day anywhere, unfortunately, because of the choices of those officers. And what I'm most ashamed about is the fact that the other officers have not been also charged with anything. You know, if that's me or you, and, you know, I commit murder, and you're watching, and you're sitting there and you're watching this happen, you don't say something, and you're being video recorded by other people, and they're watching you watch, and you're not saying something, they should be held accountable. I'm so sorry. You know, the families deserve justice. The country deserves justice, swift justice. You know, I don't believe an eye for an eye, but, you know, or capital punishment maybe, but, you know, we got to draw the line somewhere. And people that are being, this is his second time. The guy who killed this poor George Floyd, this is his second. He was involved in an officer-involved shooting. I don't know if that was a fatal shooting, but this guy has a history, I guess, supposedly, of you know, complaints and stuff. And so, I don't know, man. I don't know what the answer to these problems are. If you have an answer at home and you're watching this video, if you're the one person watching this video and you have an answer to these problems, it's your duty. It is your social duty to speak up and find a platform to help to encourage others to put their weapons down. Because let's face it, I mean, if you were involved in the looting and you're involved in the rioting and you stole things from people, you know, or you hurt others, what good does that do the family of the person that was just lost? You know, what kind of statement does that really make? You know, are there better ways? Are there better ways to protest peacefully? Candlelight vigils or other things, other ways to remember somebody other than just be violent? You know, and if you broke into these stores, if you stole things from Target or Nordstrom's or Gucci or Louis Vuitton, and you stole things, unless you're planning on returning all those items to, like, the victims of the families who've lost people, the George Floyd's families, and you plan on, like, giving the items you stole to those people, then you didn't steal for those people. You didn't steal for, you stole for you. You broke the law and you stole for you. That's selfish. That's just you being a selfish person, adding fuel to this fire. And so we don't need that kind of attitude. We don't need that kind of attitude in this country. We need positive attitudes. And, you know, peaceful ways to protest. I know we're all angry. We have lots of reasons to be angry. Like, the police brutality is out of control. Just last month there was a woman shot 8 times in her home because police officers were given a warrant to search her home, and they were given a warrant because supposedly she was receiving, or somebody there was receiving packages of drugs that were being shipped in the mail. She hadn't been accused or found. She shot 8 times in her own home. It's got to stop, people. It's unfortunate. There's got to be a better way in 2020 if we're going to be the smartest species on this planet, and we got to find a better way to communicate. We can't be treating each other this way. The human on human brutality has got to stop. Whether it's black on black or anybody on anybody or cop, it's got to stop. Police brutality. For every video of somebody being brutalized by the cop, there's 2 or 3 videos of cops being shot at doing their job in the line of work. It's unacceptable, and you know, it's both sides are responsible. You know, put your guns down, people. Pick up a voice. There's better ways to communicate now. You know, carrying a gun around doesn't make you tough. If you're involved in the wrong crowd, people like Nikki Cruz got out of it. There's only a couple ways to get out of a gang. You either get killed, you get thrown in jail, or I don't know the other ways. You know, maybe you get out peacefully, but you know, there's not a lot of like old gangsters that are still going around gangbanging for a reason, because it's a rough lifestyle, you know. And so I encourage you, like, having a gun doesn't make you tough. I was in the service with lots of people, and most of them weren't tough, but they all got to carry guns. So I'm going to end this video. I apologize for the somber tone. I like to keep them light and funny, but this had to be talked about. You know, we got to fix our nation. If you have an idea on how to do this, if you know, have ideas or thoughts on how to fix this country we live in, right now is the time. We need you to speak up. Your voice is absolutely vital, and I encourage it. So thank you for tuning in to School of Life Volume 5. I got a lot of good feedback about the travel video, the travel fail, in my last post, so I'll do one more of those for my next video, Volume 6. But thank you for watching. Want to say bye, family?
Bye, family.
Thanks for watching.
He can't say bye because he's asleep, but you get the idea. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Please be safe. Love your neighbor. Find the peace to forgive. I don't know. Make it work.